Hello! This video is part of a series where I read over old issues of my comic Hellgate and give some commentary. Hellgate started in 2003 when I was 15 and ran till 2009. You can read it for free at jaegercomics.com. This footage was captured from my streams over at twitch.tv/Jaeger_comics. Hi, real quick, this is a bit different because I'm not live on Twitch right now, because due to a configuration snafu, none of my audio from last night's stream got recorded. And we did 2 comic readings last night. So instead, I'm going to do it again right now, alone, just offline. So that's fun. Here we go. This is Hellgate Battle 38 Showdown from 2008. Last time on Hellgate, Battle 37, how it first ended. I still can't read this. The Demon King destroyed the city of Peoria and made it his base. He sent out a challenge to Neil. Come to Peoria and fight him in 1 month, or he'll destroy another city. Neil heard the story of how the first Demon Slayer beat the Demon King, and Neil spent the month training. So, sun rises at the hotel. See Courtney sleeping. Neil getting up. Good morning, handsome. Hand me my pants. Here. Rummaging and open it. A locket? You and Jessica? Is this your way of telling me you're a lesbian too? Was I really that bad last night? No, I just didn't think you needed a picture of yourself. It's to remind you of where your real power comes from. I can lift the sword. Dragon Twister! We better get in the shower. Listen up. I want everyone to be ready to defend themselves. Stay in the car until we reach the castle, then take cover. Check out the love bites. Let's get moving. Peoria, Illinois. The last day. Will you show up, Neil? Do I really feel like fighting? The castle is just down the road. Let's go. Neil runs in front of the car. The Demon Slayer! I'll take his head! Soof. Took them out. Soof. Took them out. Amazing! Energy! Dragon! We're here. Everyone's all lined up. Up there. Oh. The boy has only been demon slaying for 5.5 years. He was no match for me at our last fight a year ago. I just don't feel like having a boring fight today. Neil! I'm afraid I'm not in the mood for a fight today, so I'll take my leave. Castle takes off, but I left some company for you. Gosh. We'll hold off the demons. You take out the castle. Got it. Demon goes forth. Smack! Neil! No, Demon King. We end this today. Foof. Gosh! Neil! Neil starts to spin the sword. Dragon Twister! So stupid. What hit the castle? Neil transforms again. These demons heal, but boom, Neil got him. It couldn't have been the energy dragon. It must have been the God Slash. We gotta take cover. Hide. Jessie turns back. Courtney puts her hair down. Neil goes demonic. So you insist on dying today. The power I see here today is nothing compared to the original Demon Slayer. Know why? You don't have the heart of hate needed to bring that form to its full potential. I agree. Don't mock me! Go in and clash. opposing and downward slash. Jaeger backspin, but it's blocked. Jaeger's backspin style. How does he know it? Catch it with the sword. Cut across the stomach. Cut across the chest. Boom, 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 boom. High flying, sword flying action. Both strike. Both lose their swords. Stare each other down and boom, boom, ping, ping. They don't block very well, do they? Neil, you gotta get your sword back. Trips the Demon King. Makes a run for it. Grabs the sword, cuts the sword. Yes! Yeah! You've done well. Your sword skill makes up for your lack of power. However, eye on his pendant opens. I've been holding back. Scary. What a coincidence. Neil's sword grows. His hair grows. Neil. I've been holding back too. To be continued. And some fan art by Jenny. Next time on Hellgate Battle 39, Holy versus Demonic. Neil and the Demon King go at each other at full force as the battle continues. Alright, we can dive right into commentary because I don't got any chat to read. So I talked about this cover in the kind of 37.5 in-between commentary, which will not be its own video, but will be in the volume, the Green Flame issue compilation video. So if you want to see that, go look for it there. But as you know, should know by now, all Hellgate covers were made in Microsoft Paint. Drew them by hand, scanned them, colored in Microsoft Paint. I had Photoshop at this point. A friend had got me a bootleg copy, but I still couldn't wrap my head around what made it so different from Microsoft Paint. I didn't understand layers yet. However, I did notice that things like blending worked way better in Photoshop than they did in Microsoft Paint. So, that hickey right there, that's Photoshop. That's a little Photoshop spray right there. Neat. So it's the first instance of Photoshop I used in Hellgate. If you read 37.5 back in the day or ever, you would have seen some Photoshop there first, but this cover got made first because this cover had to be in the back of the last issue of issue 37, which 37.5's cover was not in the back of issue 37 because I wanted it to be like a invisible issue in case you didn't want to see the smut. So yeah, this takes place. If you read 37 only, you know Courtney was like, let's make love, and now boom, aftermath. If you're at 37.5, you got to see what happened in between. But they're just waking up. You can still see that scar on Courtney where she got skewered in issue 12? Issue 12? Yes. So that's still there. Keep that in mind. That's going to come up soon. And Neil's still covered in scars from his fight with the Demon Prince. The locket. And then the flashbacks. Not much to say there, although you can see they both got hickeys. And yeah, then I still like this Jessica kind of like, oh, look at the love bites, and they just kind of, I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's cute, it's adorable. Unlike the Demon Castle, which should have been updated a long time ago, and thankfully I do update it in Heaven Gate, but we were still dealing with the issue 3 design here for continuity reasons. Random demons, I like. It's always interesting when you see me design a whole bunch of random demons. It gets better in Heaven Gate, but like, is that the peanut butter jelly banana? I see what I was going for here. It's different than the way Neil would fight hordes in early Hellgate, where it would be a lot of like running and slashing and very almost literal. Here we kind of see Neil like boom appear and like all his enemies behind him are like cut up. I like that concept. I just don't think it was pulled off well here. I do the same thing here. Again, not great. Sorry, banana guy. Although this pose is pretty sick. I do like that. So that at least worked. The energy dragon used to be when he charged up to this point, he would always just stand straight up and put the sword up. I'm glad I finally kind of changed it up. He gets like a pose now. So that's a lot better. And then finally, I finally realized the energy dragon as it appeared in my mind. I had been attempting it all along, and I just couldn't figure out how to portray what I was seeing in my head, of this idea of it going in and coming out, going in, coming out, going in, coming out, and traveling on the ground. Now, I will say it's not. We'll see better in Heaven Gate. The one thing I think that's not being conveyed here is speed. So that's still missing, and also the idea that he strikes the ground to start it. I think that's a little bit lost here because it looks like it's just kind of being sucked into the ground. So it's not perfect yet, but it is so much better than any other energy dragon that we see in Hellgate anywhere else. So, also, is that the Noid? Here, interesting thing. This look here, where he's kind of got the shadow across, that was completely by accident. That's just smear from shading in his hair that like got on his face, and then I think I probably went in Microsoft Paint and just kind of erased the white of his eyes. And I haven't really been talking about that at all. Is how much. I'm glad I did this. This was not in the original Twitch recording. How much post production had increased with Hellgate over time. When I first started drawing Hellgate, I kind of just went at it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I just drew what you saw. I didn't draw, when you see artists, or if you see my art streams, you do the circles and you get the bodies planned out and posed and stuff like that. I didn't do that when I first started Hellgate. That just wasn't how I did art yet. I think I had probably known about it, but it looked boring and took too long. I didn't do that in early Hellgate. But as time went on, I became a better artist. I started doing that. And then the problem is that it wasn't, it was kind of hard to erase. You can see here in like the shading part, you can see like a line right there. That's left over. So what, as I got more, kind of particular as the series went on, as I began to nitpick more, I was spending a lot of time once these pages were scanned going in Microsoft Paint and erasing all those excess lines. I completely forgot about that all these readings until now. But yeah, it used to be such a pain. I remember just because it used to be like once the pages were drawn and the cover was made, I scanned and I was ready to go. But like by the end of Hellgate, I was spending probably a solid week just going over every page, digitally erasing all of my guidelines because all of Hellgate is in pencil. It'd be different if I was inking these and then I could erase the pencil manually on paper before scanning. But because it was all in pencil, I couldn't get rid of a lot of the guidelines without erasing the lines I want to keep, so I just had to get rid of them digitally. So yeah. And then we get a brief moment to kind of see Neil's friends do a little bit of demon fighting. Not something that was big in Hellgate, since they couldn't slay demons. I kind of wrote myself into a corner with that lore piece, but still they can at least subdue them temporarily. And also this guy saying "Gersh," that is a reference to a character in Inuyasha. There was a group, I cannot remember their names at all anymore. But it was a group of like these mercenaries that were brought back to life by Naraku, and one of them was like part machine, and he always went "Gersh." And so that's a reference there. This is sick. This pose is sick. This not so great. While we did get a really good energy dragon this issue, we get another mediocre dragon twister. We will get a good dragon twister next issue. Also, we can still see there's like this giant fucking balcony off the back of the demon castle. If you remember from a previous issue. It's so awkward. Yeah, and then we take out those demons. I also like that for continuity reasons. One, I feel the need to show that Courtney puts her hair down. But more importantly, I also show that the Demon King is slowly like taking his cloak off and taking his coat off. This fight, not bad. Although the choreography, I'd get better at choreography later. Early Hellgate was just a lot of, and then they just hit their swords together a lot. I mean, all of Hellgate's like that, even early Heaven Gate's like that. But and then the obligatory very fast sword strikes scene. Better than previous ones, but still I'm starting, looking back now on this particular one through critically, I'm just like, did these need to happen? Did every fight need to have one of these moments? Catches the sword with his prosthetic hand. Then just the flurry of punches isn't really showing a fist fight, just showing, I don't know, just two people beating on each other. It's kind of weird. Trip, it looks awkward. Breaks his sword. That clap's not bad, honestly. And yeah, we see, I don't think I talked about this in 37, but this is the Demon King's powered up form. His hair's a bit messier. He's got these green markings over his body, some of it which are demon letters. He gets markings up and down his pant legs. And his eyes, the white parts go dark. I like it. I just, I could draw it better now. Especially the eyes aren't really doing how I envisioned them. And then you'll transforming into his transformation. And that's where that issue ends. If you have read Heaven Gate and you're like, wait, Jenny, isn't there a character named Jenny in Heaven Gate? Yes, that character is based off of the girl who drew me this picture. It's a drawing of me. I'll talk more about that when we get to Heaven Gate. And yeah, so that was Hellgate Battle 38 Showdown. Thank you for that redeem, Gamer Boy. This is what I said at the time, because that's who redeemed it. All right, I'm going to do the other one now. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, and I'd love to read your comments below. And make sure you're subscribed so you know when the next comic goes up. Also, check the description for a playlist of any readings you may have already missed. And if you'd like to read ahead, all of these comics are free on my website, YaegerComics.com. Bye!